Crip Mac is back home.
He is.
And you did the first interview with him.
Yep.
How's he doing?
He's doing great. I mean, it was great to see that the people haven't lost interest in him, because I think the interview has like 650,000 views in 48 hours, something like that. So it'll probably be one of our biggest interviews of the year. But yeah, it was great to see him back. He was away for 2 years. I was kind of surprised by the way that he really hasn't changed in any real meaningful way. You know, a lot of people thought that he wasn't going to be able to crip the same way that he was previously, because some of the terms of his probation are basically like, can't, you know, represent his gang or whatever. And like literally the first thing that he does when he walks out of the county jail was starts crip walking, says 55th Street, says neighborhood crip, which is basically exactly what they were talking about. His opinion is that he will not be violated unless he's spending time in his old neighborhood or really fraternizing with members of his gang. But he takes his gang as being specifically 55th Street, where he was in the studio that night with 4 extras who is, you know, a neighborhood crip. He's not from the exact same street as Crip Mack. But I mean, I really hope he doesn't violate his probation, because I don't want to see him go back in. But he does seem pretty dedicated to keeping his nose clean. He's got a kid now. His daughter's just about 2. So it seems like if anything's going to kind of pressure him to keep on the straight and narrow, that might be it.
All right. I just want to tell everyone who's listening right now that when it comes to legal advice, I think you should talk to a lawyer as opposed to coming up with an idea that you think works in your head. Because when you're standing in front of a judge for violating your probation, they're not going to want to hear what you thought you could or could not do.
Exactly.
I've gone through this before, and I am familiar with this particular situation. Before you decide to do something, call your lawyer up and ask their opinion. And they'll tell you, yeah, go ahead and do that. No, that's a bad idea. You're probably going to go back to jail. Shout out to Crip Mac. I hope he does stay out of jail. This is not me hating on him on any regard. It's just when I hear that, when he's like, well, he thinks that he should, doesn't work that way. It doesn't matter what he thinks. It matters what, you know, his actual probation or bail, is probation, right? Is he on probation?
Yeah, I think so.
Right. Whatever that states, he has to specifically follow that.
Yeah, and I hope he's not just taking legal advice from, you know, his homies that he was in the county jail with or anything like that. Because even at one point, his mom called me a couple weeks ago, like kind of panicking, being like, do you think that he's really going to be able to not say 55th Street? I mean, his name is Crip Mack, so it's almost like
the name, Crip is in the name.
I mean, he could go by C-Mac or something like that, but I hope that he's got a good grip on what he's allowed to say. But we're already seeing like chaos unfold with Crip Mack, because like yesterday he did a stream with Neon, and Neon called up this trans woman that he knows, that they call her Gorlock the Destroyer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And
so is that a man or a woman?
Previously a man, now living as a woman.
Okay.
So her name's Allie. I met her. She's actually really sweet. She's a very nice person. But she, you know, Neon FaceTimes her, and almost immediately Crip Mack grabs the phone. Like, he really didn't even give Neon a chance to clarify that this was a trans person. And Crip Mack starts telling him, or her, starts saying, you know, hey, I want to crack your pussy and asshole open. You know, I want to fuck you. I want to, you know, all this shit. And like, you know, we're all watching it like almost immediately after it happened on stream, just dying laughing. But Crip Mack today is very, very upset with Neon for putting him in that situation. And he actually hit me up and said, hey, no matter what we do, just don't try to trick me with a trans person. Like, that's just like his one rule that he didn't want me to try to do to him.
Okay, because this trans person will show a picture, looks like a Mortal Kombat character. So it's not like you're putting this hot chick on stream, you know, on FaceTime, and you're like, oh, well, shit, what do you expect me to do? It looks like a woman.
I don't know.
Like a Sydney Star, for example, right? A Sydney Star could legitimately pass as a woman, right?
Sure.
If you didn't know,
yeah,
and you just saw her walking down the street, you would say, okay, that's a woman. I get it.
Yeah.
This particular person, even as a woman, would not be a very attractive woman.
To be fair, though, to me, she looks like a very fat woman, more so than a man. But also, like, you know, on FaceTime, who knows? Maybe she had the phone up here or something.
There are some very attractive, overweight women, right?
There are. But I've also, to be fair, I've seen some trans women who are doing a hell of a job portraying themselves as women. So
Yeah, like Sydney Star.
Sydney Star, you know, I was
You
with.
say there's better versions of Sydney Star?
Oh yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah, I've seen trans women that I'm like really wowed by. Like, you know, and what is it? Like, what do you? It's not like they're more of a woman. They're just doing a better job portraying themselves as a woman.